I will never forget what my mentor and friend Massimo Girardi, former A&R from Memoria Recordings, once told me several years ago about music production. Listen to this is very important. This was actually a game changer for me. He said, you need to add things to your track that you can feel but not hear. Add things to your track that you can feel but not hear. Poof! Wow, that was a game changer. Hey friends, Luan here from ruffinstudio.com. Bear with me if this doesn't make any sense to you right now. It didn't make any sense to me as well when he told me that. I was just, okay, what should I do? Those were actually my first attempts of music production, and I would always send him my shitty sounding projects. He would listen to them. He was so kind, and he's still so kind. I'm very grateful and thankful that he actually listened to my shitty tracks. And this still, to this date, years back was that, right? Still sticks to my mind. Every time I produce a track, he comes, steps up to me and says, you need to add things to your tracks that can feel but not hear. Then, okay, I do so. And this specific video, I want to talk about exactly this phrase, how we can do it, what tools we need. Actually, you don't really need crazy tools. You can do that with the simplest things you have already in your DAW. So yeah, let's dive into some practical examples of one of my tracks that I recently came up with. And it's kind of a walkthrough, but I think you still get tons of value out of it. I hope so, at least. So yeah, let's dive in. And by the way, if you haven't already downloaded my soft but snappy rominimal Ableton Live Kick template, go and grab it. It's completely for free. It will help you to kick off your inspiration to start a new track. You can adjust it. It's highly customizable. You can make kicks long, short, deep, pitched up. You can layer things. You can actually add macros if you like to. You can use it really as a starting point and build up on that. It's inspired by Betre Inspirescu, for example, Barak. The template is soft and snappy. Settings are soft but snappy, but you can really make it whatever you want it to be. You can make it punchy, whatever you like. And yeah, if you want that, go and grab it. It's for free. And now let's jump over to the actual content today. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. Okay, so for this video I want to talk a little bit about the most simplest way on how to actually ingrain those phrases like adding things that we can feel but not actually hear. Of course we can hear, we are some kind aware of it, but you know, it's a weird thing somehow, you know, but I guess I know what he meant by this phrase. So it's not that obvious, you know, it's subtle. I would say we need to add things that are subtle, but we are not aware of it, you know. We can't actually say, oh, that is, can you hear that? Or we actually can't hear it somehow, but we can feel it. Okay, just let the music play, and then you get the idea what I mean. And the first very simplest way I find really is, an underrated way, is really to use a stupid volume fader. Those automation, why not? Let me play quickly this synth part here, and it increases here, and I just added a tiny little bit of a impact somehow, you know, just by increasing a little bit of the volume. So let's play that quickly. Just muting that so that you have the reference. I hope you could hear that. Let's play it quickly again. Really simple, and I make a lot of use of this volume riding, what I call it, to bring certain sounds in and out somehow in a subtle way. So I fade it in, I fade it out, and that's how I actually bring things in front or into the back, just by simply using a volume fader. For example, let's have a listen to this one here quickly. So here's quite steady. Let's have a listen. So this one beforehand builds up a little bit. Hope you get the idea. Here another example. I'm not sure about this sound actually, if it really fits into this track, but you could hear here in the break I faded this one out, this pad, to bring this one up here a little bit. Right, so the first thing, really, use those fucking volume faders. Use volume riding. Sometimes, really, I just turn on this automation recording, and then I just close my eyes, and then I ride the volume, you know. And that's actually when I close my eyes, because I don't want to watch actually the automation line, but I want to actually feel it, you know. If I have the feeling, okay, that sound maybe needs to be a little bit quieter and this one a little bit louder, maybe I just do it by listening to it, and we close the eyes, and then I just record that volume automation. Really simple in my opinion, but really effective volume riding. So the second one, you could already hear that, I guess, is again very simple but so powerful in my opinion. Adding some small muting, you know. You can barely see it here, but if I zoom in, you can see here. I just muted some parts. And in solo, sounds really drastic. And I have also some reverb going on, so it's still really drastic, I think. Here again, some hi-hats. And what I do is really I go with the grid and then I just mark a section, Command E, and then I use 0, you know, to testing what I possibly could mute. Here are some more stuff, actually even the bass. Now let's see how this can make a track a little bit more interesting. Right, that little stumble, I like to call it stumble, just gives a tiny little bit of a push again in energy, and again in a very simple way. And here again there is another thing that I did. Actually, if you watch the grid here, again using muting only on this pad here that I showed you beforehand, and on this hat. And if you watch now the grid here, I bring it actually in a little bit too late rather than just on the beat. Let's have a listen how this impacts the sound. By the way, it's a taste thing, but of course, but just some strategies that I use and I want to share with you. Maybe you can adapt. Basically, you just go what inspires you, of course, right? This is an advice buffet. You just take what you like. So yeah, that's number 1, volume riding. Number 2, using those muting tools. Number 3 is really pattern changes, like I would name them. This looks a little bit confusing, right? But as you can see, this is instant minimal. You can get it if you opt in into my email list by actually downloading the soft but snappy rominimal Ableton Live Kick template. This one is completely for free, the Kick template. Grab it if you like under the link below, and then you get the option to get this one. Now with this, pattern change is really easy, I would say. I use this device every time when I produce a track. Now let's have a quick listen here. Here I can basically choose the pattern, and as you can see, I run with different patterns here just to make little impact sounds. Let's go back. So pattern 2 is now selected here. Really simple 4 to the floor track, but here okay, this is during things break. Sorry. Here. Just again very small. Kind of a double kick. I don't know how to name this shit, you know. But it's small again. Context. Here muting. Here again. And here's this pattern change going on, just right together with this muting that I just showed you. So it's kind of stumbles a little bit too late into that break in, break back. Let's maybe we could even try something different. And you can see how simple this is. Now if I would like, or if I like this pattern change, I simply duplicate the automation line and put it in again later on during the arrangement somewhere. And this was just on the kick, but we can also do so on the snare. So this is not actually snare, but it's a clap pattern change as well, right? So for example, again changing it here. Let's switch that quickly. Simple 4 to the floor track. And now I switch the pattern here. Then I go back. Then here another pattern change. Can go with many different ones. Simple as that, you know. And I do this all over the place. Also with hi-hats I do such things. Yeah. But if you don't have this tool, just use MIDI clips, you know, MIDI notes, and bang in some other different MIDI notes maybe to add those changes. So far we have volume riding to make impact here and there. Then we have muting, simple muting to add another impact if you like, or stumble into the break, back into the break, whatever. And then we have small pattern changes on the kick, snare, maybe hi-hats. And then we have, next thing is yeah, live recording and tweaking effects maybe. I printed this already to audio here, but this was basically a simple loop. And what I sometimes do is really just tweaking and recording. For example, here. Right? Very simple. And here the yellow ones are other patterns. So what I did for this pad sound is really put on some effects, hit record, tweaking, and then printing it simply to audio to record that. Simple as that, you know. And there is another example of this, I guess. No, I could, maybe let's do that, I don't know. Let's do that quickly. Reactor, so I set up, and I have hit record. With effects here. What the fuck is happening here? Wow. Step from that. Wow. Wow. That's maybe an idea for a new track. Let's test it with some context stuff. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Just some mangling around. I don't know about this new track idea, but you get the idea how this works. And then we have the printed version here from this jam. Let's pump up the volume a little bit. And then sometimes I find some filler sounds, you know. Something like that, maybe. Maybe we could use that as some transition sounds. I don't know. Let's put some reverb on it. Oh, sorry, I just hit the microphone. And really quiet in the background, maybe as a little impact sound. Maybe even cranking up this so that it's more spacey, and we can't hear the actual drums a little bit. And then maybe I can put it, I don't know, somewhere here. Yeah, I messed this up now, so let's mute that. Let's just focusing on this transition thing that we just created. I want to bring it in that I just partly can hear it. So we want to feel it, but not actually hear it. Can spread it all over the track. So I think you get the idea, right? I hope this helps in some shape or form. To sum it up quickly, number 1, simple volume riding. Number 2, use those muting options that in Ableton it's really simple to do. Just get the right grid. Learn the shortcuts maybe if you don't know them, and then I simply experiment what I could possibly mute. Then some pattern changes for the kick, maybe for the hi-hats, for the claps, and fourth is spicing things up with some recordings of kind of real-time recording, printing to audio of some effects. And as you could see, we just created some kind of a background filler sound, whatever it is, that we can use very subtle in the background. And as you could see, it's quite easy and quickly. It was actually, I'm lucky enough that it just happened now, you know. And really, if you make use of all those things that I just showed you, I think you can really spice up your tracks so they don't really sound stiff or static. If you can just use volume riding, maybe some muting here and there, and also some pattern changes for kick, clap, hi-hats, and some effects changes maybe, and also put on some effects really in the background as a little supportive stuff. Yeah, spice it up. If you combine all of those 4 ingredients, I think you can really make or bake a good dish. You know, I like to think about those kind of things of different spices. You know, if I only add a little bit salt, it's good, but if I add a little bit maybe pepper, it already gets a little bit better. And then if I add some, I don't know what you like, what else is there? I don't cook that much. My wife is way better at cooking, so she takes care of that. But you get the idea, so I hope you like it, hope you enjoy this video, and hope you can ingrain some salt, some pepper into your tracks, combine them. And Merry Christmas, by the way, and all the best. Stay safe, stay healthy, and hope to see you in another video. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for your attention. See you soon. Cheers. Bye bye.